My story didn't begin with a plan to become the world's most wanted hacker. It started with curiosity. As a kid in Los Angeles, I was obsessed with how things worked, from magic tricks to city buses. I cracked the bus ticket system, not for money but for the thrill of solving a puzzle. That rush pushed me to bigger challenges. Soon, I was drawn to the phone network, the ultimate system. I learned the secrets of phone phreaking, memorizing codes, and exploring the hidden world behind every dial tone. It wasn't about causing harm. It was about mapping the invisible, just to see if I could. This drive to understand and outsmart systems became my obsession. The challenge was never about destruction or profit. It was about knowledge. Could I get in? Could I bend the rules? That curiosity led me from buses to phones and eventually to the digital frontier. Each system was a new puzzle, and I was hooked on discovery. I never imagined where this path would lead. But the thrill of discovery would soon come with consequences. My curiosity was the spark. Technology was the fuel. I was chasing secrets, one system at a time, and the world was about to notice. As hacking grew more complex, I realized the biggest vulnerability wasn't in the code, it was in people. Social engineering became my secret weapon. I could talk my way past security, convincing employees to hand over passwords or inside info. All it took was confidence, the right jargon, and a sense of urgency. People rarely questioned someone who sounded like they belonged. My most famous target was Digital Equipment Corporation. I didn't break in with code, I pretended to be a developer and pieced together small bits of information. No one person gave me access, but together, their details built my key. This method was more powerful than any hack. Machines follow rules, people can be persuaded. I learned to exploit trust, fear, and authority. The real weakness in any system is the human mind. I became a master at unlocking it, not with code, but with conversation. The art of deception was my greatest tool, and it changed the way the world thought about security. Social engineering wasn't just a trick, it was a revolution in hacking. I proved that the human element is always the softest target. In the end, the best hack is a simple, convincing story. And I had plenty of those. My curiosity eventually made me a fugitive. The FBI launched a nationwide manhunt. I became a ghost, living under false identities, always on the move. The chase was a high-stakes game. Me versus the most powerful law enforcement in the country. I survived by hacking, creating new identities, and staying invisible. I infiltrated major corporations not for money but to see how their technology worked. The media called me a cyber terrorist, but I was addicted to information. The FBI's pursuit was relentless, tapping phones, tracking networks. I learned to cover my tracks, routing connections through multiple countries. Sometimes I even hacked phone companies to monitor the agents hunting me. My downfall came when I hacked Tsutomu Shimomura, a cybersecurity expert. He took it personally, teamed up with the FBI, and tracked me down. In February 1995, they found me in Raleigh, North Carolina. The game was over. The ghost in the wires was finally caught, and my life changed forever. My arrest was a media circus. The government painted me as a digital menace, claiming I could launch nuclear missiles with a phone call. I spent nearly a year in solitary, treated as a threat, not a person. Denied bail, I became a symbol for the Free Kevin movement. People who saw my case as government overreach. I served 5 years pleading guilty to wire and computer fraud. Prison was a new system to master. No keyboards, no modems, just rigid rules. I spent my time reading, reflecting, and planning a new path. My old life was over. I couldn't be the phantom hacker anymore. When I was released, I was banned from using computers or the internet for 3 years. It was exile from the world I knew. But that time gave me perspective. I realized my curiosity had real consequences. I was determined to use my skills for good. I would help protect the systems I once broke into. My next chapter would be about redemption. Becoming a trusted security consultant wasn't easy. I had to prove I'd changed, from poacher to gamekeeper. I started Mitnick Security Consulting, helping companies find their weaknesses before hackers could. My edge was understanding how hackers think, and how people can be tricked. Social engineering was still my most powerful lesson. I showed corporations that the human element was their biggest risk. I became a white-hat hacker, breaking in legally to make systems stronger. I wrote books, spoke worldwide, and changed how the industry viewed security. I helped shift the focus from just technology to people. Security awareness training became standard because I proved how easily trust could be exploited. My legacy is complicated, criminal to some, teacher to many. I hope I'm remembered for showing that security is about people, not just machines. That's the true ghost in the machine. I am Kevin David Mitnick. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to get updated once I post new content.